houses have become quite popular over the last few decades, and there's a little bit I want to share with you about what a hoop house is and how it's different than a greenhouse. So a hoop house is similar in the fact that it's able to capture heat. However, it's different in the fact that you don't need any energy source for a hoop house. As you can see, this hoop house is completely freestanding, so it's nice because you don't have to have it near any sort of energy source such as electricity or gas. So that allows you some flexibility as to where you put those on your property. So because we can't just adjust a thermostat and control the heat in a hoop house, we have to do other means in order to sort of regulate those temperatures a little bit. And mainly we do that by opening and closing the hoop house. So for this particular smaller hobby hoop house, that means opening the doors, and then also we have a vent here in the center that actually pulls back and allows for that heat in the center to escape as well. Different hoop houses are designed differently, so you might find that they have different openings. But basically what we're doing is capturing that solar heat during the hottest part of the day, which allows it to warm up. If it gets too hot, say we do have some of those early spring days that still get into high 70s and 80s, which means this gets even warmer in here. What we're going to do is then open the doors, open that vent, and allow some of that heat to escape also. This basically allows for us to extend the growing season, meaning we can grow plants longer into the fall months and also start plants earlier in the spring because it will warm up in here earlier. So you can see we've got some cool season crops that we've been growing throughout the last few months, and actually we need to start pulling those out because some of our spinach is starting to bolt already. However, it's still a good month before we're planting warm season crops outside, but we're going to go ahead and start some transplants inside here. Now, we're doing it a little bit different. Most hoop houses are typically over just soil, and they're growing their plants in the ground. So that can be beneficial because you're getting that natural geothermal heat from the ground to kind of protect those plants even more. We are growing in containers here. So the nice thing about this is as the temperatures warm up, I can pull these tomatoes out and just grow those out in the containers into the garden. Unfortunately, that does expose the whole root a little bit more to that ambient air if it does get cooler in here. So knowing that, we might still get a little bit cooler in here, and I might still have to put another layer of protection over these tomatoes, even though they are in a hoop house, because again, we can't necessarily regulate it as well as we can a greenhouse. But I think we're getting closer. In fact, right now it's 80 degrees in here, so it's nice and warm, even though it's still just 50 degrees outside. So we're gonna go ahead and get some of our tomato transplants started. I will say we planted peppers in here, and they grew just fine all season long in here, and they thrived in that heat. Now, traditionally, hoop houses are placed out in the field, and the plants are planted directly into the soil. And in those warmer months, what people will do is actually take the plastic off, allowing the frame to just be there. And so the plants are then exposed to the traditional weather that is just happening during that season. So that's the nice thing about hoop houses, is they don't have the same expense as greenhouses do, but they still offer for you to grow some plants and extend that season. And so we are going to utilize ours to go ahead and extend our season and get some container vegetables growing a little sooner.
We hope you enjoyed this video as part of our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. You can also find even more videos on the OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.